Hey traders, Mark here. Very good evening or afternoon to you. US dollar yen finally got that break. I'm waiting for it for so long now. 85. I've just been seeing that level in my dreams. And actually, the alarm woke me up. And I don't mind being woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's something I've been waiting for so long to break. And the risk reward for the trade is there. Everything's setting up. I'm wanting to trade this. Been patient for it for days. Been going on about it like a broken record. But we finally get it. It breaks the level at whatever it was, 3 o'clock in the morning. And normally, I wouldn't be interested in that. If that was the Dow or if that was a Western pair, I'm not interested. But because the yen, the guys in Japan are up and they're around, then it does make sense to be involved in it at that time. So what am I always looking for? I'm always looking for the break of the level and the hold. And this is exactly what we've got on the 1 minute chart. A break lower, and I realise the 1 minute chart's a little bit tight for some people, but the reason I'm taking it on a 1 minute chart is that I want to try and quantify the risk and get it as tight as possible while still giving me that potential for a bigger move. Now my first target is going to be around that 100. We'll talk about where I put my limits in a second, and then obviously subsequently the theory is I want to try and get a bit more of a swing trade off it. So when you get the hold below the key level, that's when things become interesting. That was always the premise of the trade, was to clear it out. I'm not taking a break of the trade of the key level. I want to see it hold below. I want to see bulls giving up the fact that they think that's value, and that's exactly what we got. Hold below the key level. It's looking nice. We've got this. There's a couple of ways of trading this, and I was a little bit aggressive on this one, but I think probably in hindsight it was okay. Well, it was in hindsight, it was okay. We've got 3 options of doing this, in my opinion. The setup is you flag at the low, so you either take a break of a counter trend move up, and this is one of the ones that I took, so you're taking a trade there. You either take a tag of a 20 period moving average that catches up to it there, or you take a break of the downside of the flag there. I mean, either, to be honest, they're absolutely fine, but for me, when I saw this holding below for a reasonably long time, and I consider this as sort of all this sort of area of hold really as well, when we start to break lower and it looks a little bit more urgent, then I'm going to take the trade. I just want to get into the trade. I want to set my stop up above that congestion area up there. So it's actually, when you look at it, it's quite a tight stop in terms of pips, but that's fine. I don't want to be involved in a trade that has it coming back to here, because that becomes a different setup. If it's coming back to retest that resistance, that becomes a different trade and something that I have to look at it separately. So to me, that's always going to be my scalper's exit, and hoping that I get a little bit of a leg in for a longer term setup. So anyway, I'm in the trade. I'm sure around this level, and there's my stop. So it's not a big stop, it's a perfectly acceptable risk reward. I think we're going to tag that 100. That's always been my premise and thesis. Go back to bed, put some orders in. I split my order into 3. I've got 3 scales. One was at 100.02, the other one was 90.91, and the final one was just left. So open exit on all of those, but with a group stop above that level. So what happens is, fast forward to this afternoon when I woke up and seen that none of those have been filled, you're thinking, oh, that's a bit of a shame. Then the stops haven't been filled either, so okay, not a lot happening. Let's just stick with the plan. We're still drifting lower. At this point, I'm looking at thinking, we're still holding lower. It's fine. We have leg down, held. Yeah, we almost came back up sort of a couple of hours later and tagged me out, but it doesn't matter. That's the whole point of the stop, is that you've got to allow yourself a little bit of room for noise. Rolled over, again held. All good, all good, all good. It was too low for me to be adding to the trade there. I've got a decent trade on there. I don't want to be adding and ruining the position too much. To me, it's working. Let the thing work. Don't meddle with it too much. So, coming back, I got the tag of the 101 around here. Great, that's the orders filled. Then I got the tag of the 10.02, and then the 90.91 tag. Fine, and I've got to run a short now, and I'm just looking for a further move to the downside. Let's have a look. What possible targets have we got? I've got my stop where I've not moved my stop at all. If we look at the Keltner, just to try and bracket it, it does open up that 99 level, sorry. Or even lower. And it doesn't matter now. For me, it's a good trade. 2/3 off at a good profit point, and I've now got a sort of potentially a run that could go anywhere. So that's that US dollar yen trade. Just thought I'd break it down a little bit and go into some detail about how it actually played out, where the stop position was, and how I look to trade that. And the good thing about it is that the risk reward is there. If it's been stopped out, it's not a big stop out. Everything else lines up into place. It's something you've been waiting for a while and being prepared for it, and then knowing what you're looking for. And actually, fortunately enough, it played out exactly as I wanted. And this sort of thing here, very very briefly, is something that is worth. I've screenshotted it. I put it in with my journal, a collection of things like this. But this is the kind of thing that I love to see all the time. Break below the key level, the hold, and then take the subsequent short on that. And by the way, guys, if you hear on the audio some noise, it's just because someone's decided to cut a never-ending piece of steel outside my office window with a circular saw. So apologies for that if you can hear that. But I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care.